Hi students, this is main lesson 5. In the last class, we have studied three important real functions. One is identity function, second one is constant function, and the third main function is polynomial function. So these are the three real functions we studied. And under polynomial function, I have shown you the graph of, say for example, f of x equal to say 2x plus 3. It can be anything, ax plus b form. This is a straight line. And I have also shown you the graph f of x equal to x square, which is a parabola, and both these functions are polynomial functions. Let us study one more polynomial function. So that is cubic function. Let me show you how to draw the graph of cubic function. Then let us also discuss what is the domain and what is the range. So let us take next example. Draw the graph of f of x equal to x cube, x belonging to R. Then we shall also find what is domain and what is range. So as before, whenever this type of function is given, first you have to prepare the table of values. So let me draw here. So you take some suitable values, say both positive and negative. So this is x, this is x cube, y is f of x is x cube. So let us take say about 5 or 6 values. Say 1 we will take 0, so it is 0, 1 it is 1, 1 cube is 1, minus 1 it is minus 1, 2 it is 8, and minus 2 it is minus 8. So now we have to draw the graph of this one. So let us take, so 1, 2, minus 2, minus 1, then 0, 1, 2, then it is 8. Therefore let us take for example 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Same thing here, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10. This is y dash, this is y. So x, x dash. Now let us draw the graph. Plotting the point. Minus 2 it is minus 8. Therefore minus 2 we have to mark here. Then minus 1 it is minus 1. So minus 1 it is minus 1 here. 0 it is 0. Then 1 it is 1. 1 it is 1. 2 it is 8. 2 it is 8. So the function is like this. It is a curve, smooth curve like this. Like this. So this is y equal to x cube. Now from the graph it is very clear. It is of course all the polynomial functions domain is R because it is defined for all values of x. So the entire x-axis is the domain. And looking at the graph, definitely we can say if you take different values, it will go like this, and this side it will come like this. So definitely range is also R only. Therefore you can say domain of this function, domain is R, and range is also R. So this is normally whenever you draw the graph, you better discuss what is the domain and what is the range. So now let us go to the next type of function. Let me first sum up what we have done. First one is identity function. Next one is constant function. Next one is polynomial function, and we have seen that identity function is also a polynomial function. Constant function is also a polynomial function. Now let us take the next type, rational function. rational function. So a function, let me first explain what is rational function. You have seen rational number. What is rational number actually? It is a number obtained by dividing one number by the another number. So that is rational number. For example, one integer divided by another integer. Same way here, suppose you take a function, say f of x equal to say x square plus 1. This is a polynomial function. Say g of x equal to say x square minus 1, another polynomial function. Now if you define r of x equal to, I am taking r of x denoting rational function. So this is f of x divided by g of x. Say this is x square plus 1 by x square minus 1. This is called rational function. So we can define the rational function like this. It is the function of two functions, one function divided by another function. So this is the quotient. So you divide one function by one polynomial function by another polynomial function, you get a rational function. But there are certain conditions. For example, if this is 0, the function is not defined. Therefore, condition is that g of x should not be 0. So here therefore the domain of the rational function is normally domain of this f of x minus wherever this g of x becomes 0, that we have to remove. For example, here you see x square minus 1 equal to 0 will give you x equal to plus or minus 1. Therefore what you have to do is, in order to define this function, we have to remove these two values from r. So r minus, you can write plus or minus 1, that is the domain of this function. Similarly, we can take a lot of examples, say h of x, another function, say for example x divided by x minus 1. So this is a polynomial function, though it is identity, polynomial function divided by another polynomial function. This is a rational function. So even we can take say k of x equal to say 1 by x. This is also a rational function. 1 is constant, but constant is a polynomial. X is identity function, but identity function is also a polynomial. Therefore polynomial by polynomial, this is a rational function. So we can define the function like this. A function r of x equal to f of x divided by g of x. Then condition is g of x not equal to 0 is called rational function. Example I have given, so that is sufficient. Now let us draw a few rational function graph. Say this example, let us take f of x equal to 1 upon x. I had given already this example. 1 upon x is a rational function. This is also called reciprocal function. So 1 by x. So let us try to draw this. Now, what is the condition for the existence of this function? So x should not be 0. So the condition is g of x should not be 0. Therefore, this is x not equal to 0. Let us try to draw this graph. So as I told you, whenever you want to draw the graph, first you have to prepare the table. So here the difficulty is this: if you take only a few values, say for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will get only fractions, because 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4. So what you have to do here is, see, this requires actually a relatively bigger table like this. Let me divide this into two parts actually. So one table I will prepare like this. Say one is x and 1 by x, but I will take here also two separate cases so that it is easy to draw. You will understand why I have done this one once I draw the graph. Say let me take here for example, say 4 values, 1, then 2, then 3 and 4. So what happens is, here it will be 1 by 2. So 1 by 1, this is 1, this is 1 by 2, this will be 1 by 3, this is 1 by 4. And what I do is I will take here 0 we cannot take, but I can take definitely anything more than 0 I can take. Therefore what I do is I will take, for example, 1 by 2 I will take, 1 by 3 I will take, 1 by 4, 1 by 5 for example. So what is the reciprocal of 1 by 5? This becomes 5, this becomes 4, this becomes 3, this becomes 2. So this is the arrangement. That is only for the positive value. Same thing I will do for the negative also. So I will prepare one more table like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 table columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here what I do is x and 1 by x. I will take exactly same thing but with negative sign. Minus 1 by 5, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So what happens here? It becomes minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 4. Now it is easy to visualize the graph, easy to locate the points also on the graph. So let us take now. See, the maximum value which we take is 4. Here it is minus 4, and therefore the value you can take 4 and minus 4 or minus 5. Then here for y axis it is minus 5 minimum and maximum is 5. Therefore let me take the graph like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And here I want maximum 5 and minimum 5. Therefore let me take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to plot the point. See, when it is 5, that is y value is 5, it is 1 by 5. So when this is 5, this is 1 by 5 means 1/5 of this one. So somewhere here. Then when it is 4, it is 1 by 4. So when y is 4, it is 1 by 4. It is something more than this one. So like this. Similarly, 3 it is 1 by 3. 3 it is 1 by 3. Then 1 it is 1. See here it is here 1. And remember 2 here 1 by 2. So 2 it will be exactly here. 3 it will be still less. 4 it will be still less. So one curve will be like this. It is a very beautiful curve like this. Very smooth, very beautiful. It will not touch x-axis. It goes very near x-axis, but it will not touch. Similarly here also, it will not touch y-axis like this. Now, if you draw this part, so what happens is exactly same. Minus 1 will be here. So it goes like this. So like this. So one part here, one part here. Now how to interpret the graph? See, this is the, what is the domain, suppose you ask. Entire x-axis is the domain, but 0 it cannot. So see, at 0 this curve goes here, so it will never touch this one. In mathematics we call it as asymptote actually, such lines. So here also it goes like this. And another thing is y also. See here, y cannot be 0. Y also it will not be 0. Codomain also it cannot contain 0. So what is the domain of this function? Therefore it is r minus 0. Same thing, no value of x will make it 0. So 0 cannot be image also. Therefore r minus 0 is the codomain or range, and it takes all positive value x, all negative value x this side. Similarly, all positive value this side, all negative values this side for y-axis, that means codomain. Now another interesting thing is, suppose instead of 1 by x, if you take minus 1 by x, what type of graph do you get? You get another beautiful curve. One is here, another one is here. So you will get a beautiful pattern. Then if you take 2 by x, draw the graph in the same graph sheet, you get here 2, what happens is 2 by 2. So 2 by 2, here you will get 1. So another curve like this you get. They will never intersect like this. Here another like this. So this is a very beautiful pattern. So see, when you draw the graph, you will see the beauty of certain graphs. So this is reciprocal function. Reciprocal function, which is an example of rational function. So now let us take the next function, that is modulus function. So a few more functions we have to study. So modulus function. Modulus function. What is modulus function? Of course, before defining, let me explain the concept of modulus function. So you take, for example, f of x equal to, this is the function, notation is mod x, we write like this. There are two names, one is called mod function and the modulus function or absolute value function. Meaning is this you can imagine like a machine. What it does is, if you take, say for example, positive value, say f of 1, it will take 1 only. And suppose you take f of minus 1, it will make 1 only. That means it ignores the sign. If you put negative value, also it goes to positive only. So if you put positive also, it will go to positive only. Says f of minus 2, it will be 2 only. And f of 2, that also will be 2 only. So this is a peculiar function. It converts every value into positive only. If positive, positive only. Negative also positive only. So that is the meaning of absolute value function. Another name for this one is absolute value or modulus function. Let us first define it. A function, it's also real function. Definition is this: a function f from R to R defined by f of x equal to mod x, where mod x equal to 1, x, if x is positive including 0 and minus x if x is negative, is called modulus function. So this is the definition, or in short we can write this way, that is f of x will be equal to, this is the definition, it is x if x is positive and minus x if x is negative. This you should understand. See, try to understand this notation. Whenever x is positive, you have to take x only. If x is negative, if you take minus x, what happens? Minus x becomes positive. So for example, you see here, you have to understand this definition like this. F of say 2, this is 2 because 2 is positive already, 2 is more than 0. Suppose you take f of minus 2, then what you should write is minus of minus 2 you have to write, because here this is x, minus 2 is x. So minus is, when you take it the number, it becomes positive. That is different. But this is a definition, because minus 2 is negative. Therefore minus of minus, of course this becomes 2. Therefore, as I told in the beginning, what it does is it converts every negative also into positive. Positive anyway, it is positive. So this is why it is called modulus function or absolute value function. This is a very interesting function. Well, let us draw. Okay, one more thing is, what is the domain and what is the range? Let me not answer now. First, let us draw the graph. Then we shall decide what is the domain and what is the codomain and range. Of course, not codomain, range. So let us take once again here. I will do like this. Let me first draw the table of values so that drawing becomes easy. So here what I do is I will take, this is mod x. I will take a few values, say 5 values. Let me take, say 1 is 0, definitely 0, minus 1 becomes 1, minus 2 also becomes 2, 1 becomes 1, 2 becomes 2, because the definition says if you take 1 positive it is 1 only, 2 positive 1, 2 only, minus 1 minus of minus 1, using this one, so it is 1, minus 2 minus of minus 2, so it is 2. Now we have to draw this graph. So let us draw the graph and let us see how it looks. See, this is 1 and 2, this is 0, x, x dash, then here minus 2 minus 1 and 1 2, so 2 and 1. Let us try to locate the point 0 0, so this is the first point, then 1 it is 1 here, then 2 it is 2 here, and minus 1 it is 1 once again, minus 2 it is 2 once again. See, when you join like this, you get a V graph. Of course, scale must be accurate, so you get exactly V graph. So what is the domain of this function? Definitely it can take any value this side and any value this side. What is the range? See, just like y equal to x square, so parabola, here also it cannot take values here. So the domain of this function is, domain is R only, but range here is 0 to infinity. It can take 0 also, but not be beyond this. So this. Now there is another interesting thing. Suppose you take f of x equal to minus mod x, what will you get? So this is another question. So what happens is, this is always negative. See, this is always positive. If you take mod x, it is always positive. If you take minus mod x, here what happens is, same function only, but it is minus here. So what happens? This becomes minus, this becomes minus, this becomes minus, this becomes minus. Exactly curve will be like this. So that is the f of x equal to minus mod x function. So this is about mod as a absolute value function. So we need not discuss further. So that is sufficient. The next function is, we have to discuss two more functions. So one is signum function. Let me introduce that function and then I think we can conclude. So the next function is signum function. Signum function. See, this is also a function from f is a function from R to R only. Of course, domain and codomain range we shall discuss later. This is a very peculiar function. Let me first explain what it is. See, there are many interesting functions which are having very peculiar nature. Say, here is a function f of x whose domain is R. Okay. What it does is, suppose you take any value less than 0, it will go to minus 1. Any value less than 0. Suppose you take x equal to 0, it will go to 0. You take any value more than 0, it will go to 1. That is why it is sign, so signum, sign function, that is either negative, 0, it takes 3 values. One is negative value minus 1, 0 neutral, another one is positive value 1. So this is called signum function. So of course, let us draw the graph later. Let us first define, this is the nature. So for all negative value, for example, you take x equal to minus 2, it is minus 1 only. X equal to minus 3, minus 1 only. X equal to minus 10, minus 1 only. That means this is a constant function. See, it is a combination of 3 constant functions. One is, this is a constant function for all x less than 0. This is also a constant function for all x more than 0, and 0 0, only one value. So it is the combination of 3 constant functions. That is called signum function. Let us first define it. So a function f from R to R defined by f of x equal to, let me write like this only, minus 1 x negative, 0 x equal to 0, 1 x positive is called signum function. So this is the definition. There is another interesting thing. A signum function can also be expressed in terms of absolute value or modulus function. See, f of x is by definition minus 1 x negative, 0 x equal to 0, 1 x positive. See, this can also be written as like this: mod x by x, x not equal to 0, and 0 x equal to 0. Why these two are one and the same? If you understand the definition of modulus function, this is very evident. See, what happens here is, suppose x is not 0 means what are the possibilities? One is it can be negative or it can be positive. Therefore, you see, you can split this one into two cases. Suppose you take x negative. Whenever x is negative, mod x is negative, minus x. So I have to take minus x by x, which is minus 1. That is whenever x is negative. Suppose you take x positive, it is x by x 1 whenever x is positive. So what happens? You get the same function. X negative minus 1, x positive 1, x 0 anyway 0. So a signum function can be expressed as a combination of modulus function by identity function. So that is another beauty of this function. Now let us draw the graph and see how it looks like. Now from the definition only you can say what is the codomains or range of this function. See, the function takes only three values. One is minus 1, another one is 0, another one is 1. Therefore, range of this function is minus 1, 0 and 1. Only three values. Domain, of course, you can take. X negative you can take. X equal to 0 also you can take. X more than 0 also you can take. So, definitely it is R. So, let us draw the, here also what we can do is, instead of directly drawing, let me just show you a small table of values so that it is convenient for us, because we are beginners in understanding the graph and function. So let us not go in a hurry. Let us go systematically and understand each and every aspect. So this is x, this is f of x. So let us take a few negative value and a few positive value. Say this is 0, this is 0, 1 it is 1, and 2 also it is 1 only. Then minus 1 it is minus 1, minus 2 also it is minus 1 only. So now with the help of these points, let us draw the graph. So so 1, 2, 0, then minus 1, minus 2. Then here 1, here minus 1. Now 0 it is 0, therefore I have to mark the point here. Then 1 it is 1, here it is 1, 2 also it is 1. That means it goes like this. All values, even if you can take 0.5 also. 0.5 also more than 0, it is 1, like that. But here I have to show, this is the point. Here I have to show a blank because 0 is coming here, 0, 0. So this point is blank. Same thing here. You have to draw the line like this, because you see, minus 2 it is minus 1 here, and minus 1 it is minus 1. Even if you take minus 0.1, it is here, minus 1. So like this. Here also I have to take a blank here, meaning, see, it is a jumping curve actually. The line goes like this first. At the moment 0, it jumps here. 0. Then once again, anything more than 0, it jumps here, then it goes. So it's a jumping function. It goes like this, then jumps here, then jumps here, then goes. So this is the nature of signum function. Let me conclude now, because I have taken today the left out part of polynomial function, one cubic function we have taken and drawn the graph. Then we have defined what is rational function. Rational function is nothing but it is one polynomial function is divided by another polynomial function, that is rational function. One example, reciprocal function I have taken. Then we have taken modulus function. Modulus function is a function, it is just like a machine which converts every negative into positive, positive into positive only. So that is modulus. And signum function, this is also actually a combination of modulus function by identity function. So this is having only three values, -1, 0, 1. So last one, of course, I have already explained what is the domain. Domain is R for this one. Range is -1, 0 and 1. Suppose somebody asks what is the domain of signum function, R, no doubt. What is the range? It is -1, 0 and 1. So with this let me stop here. We are left with one more function, that is greatest integer function. That is a very peculiar function. See, these three functions are very peculiar. So that is most peculiar function actually among signum function, modulus function and greatest integer function. Let us study in the next class. So that completes types of functions. Then we are going to study once again operation on function. See, in the set also it is the same thing. We defined set, then we studied their nature, then we perform the operation, union, intersection, etc. Same thing we are doing here also. So we can add two functions, we can subtract a function from another function. Of course, there are rules and regulations. So let us study. Once again, if you have subscribed to my channel, it is good. I am very happy. If not, please subscribe. Share with your friends so that it will be a motivation for me. I am presenting the topic in a very simple way, just half an hour duration, so that you can also just enjoy the class and try to grasp all the concepts. And once this topic is over, we are going to supplementary lesson where we are solving all the questions related to this chapter. Let us meet in the next lesson, that is ML6. Till then, bye, take care.